Now that we have a pretty much good, idea about what percentages are and how do we play around with them, let's go ahead to the next step. The next step is how do we apply the percentages in some of the very interesting kind of, questions we have or interesting kind of representations we have. And that is known as a pie chart representation. Have you ever heard of pie chart?
Yeah, but it was for like at school we had a pie chart, but it was for our reading, not math.
But that was for?
Hmm?
I didn't get it. Yeah, I just heard that you had pie chart in school and then.
Pie chart, but we only had it for reading.
Oh, only the reading. Okay, fine.
Like the genres that we read. So like what we do is our teacher would give us this big folder with a bunch of pies and they had different genres. And once we finished that book, we'd write a small essay. And once the teacher approves of it, we read it to a group, and then we color out that genre on the pie.
And Hanshika, what about you? Any idea of pie and pie chart?
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Okay, so pie chart would basically, do you guys remember doing bar graphs and histograms in statistics? Remember?
Yes.
So what do we do in there? We basically represent some amount of data, right? Some kind of data in the bar graph or histograms, right? In the same way, pie chart is also used to represent some data. Okay, let's see how it works. In pie chart, it's just that in pie chart, we generally represent data in the form of percentage. Okay, instead of simple numbers, we generally try to represent in percentage. Let's say this is a pie chart, okay? And a pie chart, I guess you guys already know a pie is of a shape of a circle. So a pie chart is obviously in the shape of a circle. So a pie has, suppose let's say that this is a pie chart and has been divided into two parts. So I guess you guys would agree with me that each of the parts is one half of it, right? Isn't it? Each of the part is one half of it, correct?
Yes.
Right? Okay, so from here, can we say that this portion looks like one half, right? One
Yeah.
half of the pie chart, correct? And who can tell me one half is equal to what percentage? We just learned some common percentages that we discussed.
50%.
50%, very good. So that in that way we can say that if we represent some data with taking one half of the pie chart, then that would mean that that data is equivalent to 50%, right? Now let's say that we divide this pie chart again in this way, okay? For the next half, we divide the pie chart again into another half. Then what can you guys say that each of these parts is equal to how much fraction?
2/3. Wait.
2/3. Are you
Three
sure?
fourths. 3/4.
3/4. Are you sure? I'm just talking about one of it, one portion of it, one that I've shaded.
Oh, 1/3. Sorry.
1/3 is it? Hanshika, what about you?
Yes, I agree.
You agree it's 1/3?
Oh no, sorry. It would be 1/4.
1/4, exactly. Nia, even though I have just marked the one side of it, if I extend this particular line, what would we see? We would see that we've got 4 equal parts of the pie chart, right? And
I
out
said
of those
answer. I
4,
said 1/4, but you said it was wrong.
you said 3/4, Nia. You said 3/4. Okay? At first you
I
said
did say
2/4.
1/4. I did say
Okay.
1/4.
Okay, fine. It's okay then. All right. So what happens is that we see that there are 4 equal portions of the pie chart, right? And out of those 4 equal portions, we are shading just one of it. Even though I have not showed the other side, it's basically 4 equal parts, right? And out of those 4, we have shaded 1. So this means that this particular portion looks like 1/4 of the pie chart. And 1/4 is equal to what percentage?
25.
25. Anshika, do you agree?
Yes, I agree.
Absolutely. It's 25%. That means in this way we can figure out that which portion of a pie chart would represent what percentage, right? Now, from here, I guess it's pretty easy to understand that this particular portion is way lesser than this particular portion, right? I guess you can understand. Obviously, 1/4 is lesser than 1/2. That means 25% is lesser than 50%, right? Correct?
Yes.
So in this way, we can represent pie charts, and also we can interpret pie charts. Interpret in the sense, suppose this is a pie chart given and they would provide you with a little bit of index. Index in the sense, see over here I have shaded this portion with yellow color, right? Right? So whatever thing they use for in the question they use for representing a portion of the pie chart, they would put in a little box like this, okay? And after putting that symbol in that little box, they would write this symbol would represent 50%, okay? Similarly, for 25%, they would put up a small box, draw the symbol in there. Here I have used a blue color, so they would use whatever they would is equal to 25%, okay? So this is how you would understand that this particular symbol on the pie chart would represent 50% and this particular symbol on the pie chart would represent 25%. Okay, is it clear?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, that's great. Just I want you guys to take it down, okay?
Okay, I'm done taking it down, ma'am.
That's great. What about Hanshika?
I'm done too.
Okay, that's great. Good. All right, now a little bit of revision which we would require in here. So we are done with 1/2 and 1/4. What about 3/5?
60.
What about 3/5? 60%. Very good. What about 2/5?
40.
40%. Very good. So in this way, whenever we get a fraction, we can easily convert it to percentage. That's great. You guys are good with it. Let's check out another pie chart. Let's say that this is another pie chart. And let's say that we represent this as, just a second. Okay, let's say okay, so this is a pie chart and this is how I have divided it into. I would be shading this particular portion. Okay, let's just remove these two. As of now, let's just remove these two. Okay, and also let's just remove these two. The pie chart itself is getting vanished. All right. Just give me a second, okay? All right. Just forget about everything else. Tell me, what percentage do you guys think is this much portion?
2/5.
2/5?
Yeah.
Do you guys agree? Nia, do you agree?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. So if this is 2/5, then what percentage would it be?
Let me check.
2/5 would be equal to
40%.
40%. Very good. Similarly, the other side, what percent? I mean, what portion is it? How much portion is it?
3/5, and
Three.
the percentage would be 60.
Very. 3/5, and the percentage would be 60. Great. So in the same way, we can represent. We can just look at the pie charts and understand what portion does this particular shaded region represents, and then we can easily convert it to what is it? Percentage, right? And also, if the percentage is given, then we can compare which portion is bigger and which portion is smaller, right? That's easy, isn't it? Correct?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, we would see some quick questions in MobiMax. When we would go on it, it's very easy. So pie chart representation, that's way easy. All right, so we are done with this portion, I guess. It's better that you guys take whatever we do on MobiMax because that would help you guys. As of now, let's just quickly move on to the next concept that we have. Let's say that as of now, we have heard of percentages till 100%, right? Like we've heard of 25%, 20%, 30%, 99%, 100%, but we haven't gone over percentages above 100, right? Now, how do we find out percentages above 100? Okay, let's say that we have a number. How do we convert any number to percentages? Okay, let's say that we have 1. How do we find out 1 is equal to how much percentage?
100.
100. And how do we find that?
1 times 100.
1 times 100, not exactly, not just 1 times 100.
Don't
You
you
could divide.
Hanshika, your voice is not clear. Could you just come again once more?
You can divide
Divide by?
100.
Okay, if you divide by 100, then what happens?
You get the percentage that it is out of 100.
Okay, if you divide 1 by 100, then it would be 0.01, right?
Yeah.
But 0.01 is not the percentage of 100. Then
No.
what do? It's very simple. Just think like this. We know that, remember, we know that when we began with percentages, we just got to know that percentage means per 100. Remember? Now, what does per 100 means? Per 100 means divided by 100, right? Whenever we see a divided by 100, we can just change that to a symbol of percentage, right? Do you agree?
Yes, ma'am.
So suppose we have a 1 in here. I guess Anshika, you've joined, right? Oh, hi Anshika.
Hi.
When did you join?
I joined like I think
Okay, did you understand the pie chart portion, Anshika?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So that's great. If you have understood, I thought you have missed the class today as well. Okay, so we have 1, right? And we need to find out what percentage is 1. What do we basically do is, to find what percentage is it, we basically need to make the denominator 100, right? Isn't it? If we can find out that something divided by 100 we have, then we can easily convert this divided by 100 portion into the percentage symbol, right? So we anyhow have to make the denominator of any number given to us as 100, right? And how can we do that? Let's quickly check. It's very easy. So we have the number 1. And do you guys agree with me that we can write 1 as 1 over 1? It's the same thing, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What we have done is we have basically made a representation where we have the numerator and a denominator, right? Now we know that we have to make the denominator 100. And how can we do that in here?
We multiply the denominator by 100, so then we would do that.
Okay, and we can't just multiply only the denominator by 100, right? So
I
if
said
we multiply
numerator.
both, okay, then that's great. So what we know is if we multiply something in the denominator, we have to do the same thing to the numerator as well, right? So we multiply both the numerator and the denominator by 100. So what have we got? 100 over 100, right? That is 100 per 100, isn't it? Now see,
Yeah.
we have got this form. We have got the per 100 form, and per 100 means percentage. We know that. So this is equal to 100%. Got it?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's quickly check for another number. Let's say that you have been given a fraction that is more than 1. So let's say we have 1 whole 1 half. Okay. How do we convert it to percentage? How do we check what percentage is it? So we basically just first of all convert it into the improper fraction. What is it?
3/2.
3 half. Very good. So we have a 3 half. Now this is a fraction with a numerator and a denominator. How can we make its denominator 100?
We multiply both the denominator and numerator by 50.
Very good. We multiply the numerator and denominator by 50. So 3 over 2, 3 times 50 and 2 times 50. 3 times 50 is how
I
much?
think 150 over 100.
150 over 100. Very good. So now we have got a per 100 form, right? So we can just change it and write that 150 over 100 is just the same as 150%. Correct?
Yes.
So see, we have
Wait,
got a percentage.
how would
which
you
is-
know it's? How would it be
Yes.
150?
Because 3 times 50 is 150, Nia.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. So
But
this
then
is
on
how.
the first one for 1 over 1 times 100 times 100. Why did you? No, what? Never mind. Sorry.
No, tell me, what's the problem?
Why'd you look at the bottom one instead? Like, since you looked at the top part, which is 150 for here, why didn't you look at the top part for the first?
The top part itself. It's just that we are converting the per 100 into the percentage symbol, Nia. I did not convert this per 100 to 100. The numerical part is the top part only. The numerical part is the numerator. It's
I
just
couldn't
that we
see
just
on
got to know that per 100 means percentage, right?
Yeah, I
Percentage means.
agree on that part because my connection dropped and then my sound dropped.
Okay. Now have you got the idea?
Yes.
Okay. Great. We would understand, we would have a better idea if we go over one more. Let's say that we have, Anshika, now you would be answering. Let's say that we have 7 whole 1/4. Okay? Anshika, what would it be if we change it to improper fraction?
It would be 29 over 4.
29 over 4. That's great. Now, how can we change the denominator to 100?
Times, you do times 25 to
Very
both.
good. So we have to multiply 25 to both the numerator and the denominator. So 29 times 25 and 4 times 25, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Because we know that 4 times 25 would give us 100 in the denominator. Now what happens to the numerator? 29 plus 25 is equal to how much?
724.
24.
724.
Anshika, anything which gets multiplied by 5, can it end with a 4? Multiplied by 5 at the end.
Oh, wait.
Check it. Nia and Hanshika, do you have an answer for 29 times 25?
Yes,
Seven.
it's 725 over 100.
Very
Yep, same thing.
Very good. 725 over 100. Now what do we see? We see that we have the per 100 form. This is the per 100 form. So we are changing this per 100 to the percentage symbol, and the percentage becomes 725 percentage. Okay? Got it? Neha,
So
now
I
is
was
it clear?
taking the small test. Before I was taking the small test, and before you taught us the whole concept on percentages, and I didn't know the percentages. But the next class, you started teaching the percentages, and it was like, if only the class happened earlier.
It would have been easier, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. That's great. All right. So now I guess all of you have got the idea, right? Is it clear till now?
Yes.
All of you?
Yes.
Okay. Great. Take it down quickly.
I did.
Great. Anshika and Anshika, let's take.
I'm done.
All right.
I'm also done.
Great. All right. The next kind of thing and the final kind of thing that we need to know in percentage is the kind of questions where you need to determine the percentage a number represents. Okay? So what kind of questions are those? What kind of concepts are those? Let's say that in a question it has asked you that X is what percentage of Y? Have you guys seen these kind of questions before? X
Yeah,
is what percentage of Y? Let's say that you guys go to shopping, okay? Okay, you've gone for shopping and you are going to buy a dress, and that particular dress is on sale. Okay, and sale in the sense it says that the dress is at a discount of, let's say, 20%. Okay, all right, let's say that, or just forget about that. Let's say that the dress is at, yeah, it's at a sale of 20%. So what do you guys have to do? You guys would have to find out that 20% of the price of that dress would be how much, right? Isn't it?
Yes.
When you buy the dress, you would have to find out 20% of the price of the dress would be how much. That is how we would get to know that how much actual discount, how much price we are getting as deduced from the main price of the MRP of the dress, right? Isn't it? That is what we have to calculate. In the same way, there are instances where we have to calculate that X is what percentage of Y. Okay, in that case, how do we solve them? Very easy. There's just one format that we have to remember. This would be X over Y times 100 percentage. Okay. So X is what percentage of Y? X is X over Y times 100 percentage of Y. Okay. Easy format.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Okay. Let's check out a question. Anybody has a doubt?
No, I said I've used that format.
Oh, that's great. Yes, that's great. Then let's say that 5 is what percentage of 5 5 is what percentage of 25? Okay, how would we do that? We just saw that 5 would be, just a second, yeah. We just saw that 5 would be our x and 25 would be our y, right? So 5 is what percentage of 25? 5 would be, can you guys help me out with it?
It is 125.
No, just tell me the format first.
5 times 100.
Very good. 5 over 25 times 100, right?
Yeah, I have the answer.
That's great, Hanshika. Let's just wait for 1 minute. Let's find out this question together. Okay, let's answer. And then the next question, you would tell me the answer if you have it. Okay. All right. So 5 over 25. What would it be? 1 over 5. Do you agree?
Yeah.
And then we have 100 over 5 percentage. Correct? Because 1 over 5 times 100 is the same as 100 over 5, isn't it? And we know that 100 over 5 is nothing but
20.
20.
Very good. The answer is 20%. Therefore, 5 is 20% of 25. Okay? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Take a note of it quickly.
On Moby Max, when we were turning the fractions into decimals for the percentages, once when it was asking for the fractions to decimals, it said it wouldn't it they didn't tell us if we it wasn't simplifying the fractions before it turned into the decimal.
Is it? Okay, maybe.
So when I did the questions, if I think maybe if I got it wrong and it showed me the explanation, well, first, just for a little, sometimes before I do the whole thing, first I just take a little glance at the hint so that I can remember it. And then, but on the thing, it wouldn't simplify the fraction.
Oh, is it? Okay, fine. It's okay if they don't simplify. You can answer what MobiMax wants, but in general, it's better if they simplify, okay? It would just reduce your calculation.
Yes.
Okay? Yep. All right. So are we good to start?
It'd be much quicker.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I'm done.
I didn't get it. Yeah, I didn't get it. What did you say?
It'd be faster.
Yes, it'll be faster, right? The smaller number you get, the easier is your calculation. Okay, great. So are we good till here? All of you, Nia, Anshika, and Hanshika?
Yes.
Okay, let's quickly find out a similar question, and you guys will be helping me out with this. So the question is, 12 is what percentage of 24?
I have the answer.
Okay, Hanshika has the answer. Okay, Hanshika, what's the answer?
I have the answer. And has the answer. Mia has the answer.
Mia also.
My
Okay,
answer is
Anshika, you also have the answer?
I'm still solving it.
Okay, all right.
my answer is 50%.
Miss Ananya, do you think that Amrita is like missing the class?
No. No, Nia. Amrita is one of our, no. She's one of our members and she was there to observe you guys. Okay? On that particular day. Okay? She's one of the members of our team and she was observing how you all are performing. Though she participated, she was actually trying to get, mixed up with you guys and see what exactly you're performing. Okay?
Oh, okay.
All right. Yes, Hanshika, what's your answer?
50%.
50% is your answer. Okay.
Yes, I agree
Nia,
too.
Nia, what's your answer?
50%.
50%. Okay. Anshika, what's your answer?
Mine is also 50%.
Anshika also says it's 50%. Let's see. So we get to find 24, 12 is what percentage of 24, right? Let's see. So we have 12 over 24 times 100. Do you guys agree?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Right? So this should be equal to 24 over 12 over 24 is 1/2, correct? Times 100. And 1/2 times 100 is the same as 100 over 2 percentage, correct? And
Yes.
100 over 2 is equal to 50, so it's 50%. Very good. Okay, that's great. So I guess you guys have now got a pretty much, a good amount of idea of how to find out a number is what percentage of another number, right?
Yes, ma'am.